Hey, you have been crushing the disc golf game lately. We're in the presence of a.
That is.
Can I call you a disc golf pro at this point?
Well, pro.
You're probably not comfortable with that.
Well, pro feels like because there's a division of pros.
I understand.
But I can say I am a sponsored
disc golf
athlete,
God, this is
which
amazing.
is a weird place to be, y'all. Because
I
I'm
love
not.
it so much.
It's been something I've been doing for a long time, and recently decided, you know what, like. It's a fun hobby, and I should get some seriousness.
Instagram, YouTube content on here.
And so, sure enough, hashtag Airwolf Athletics. We're out there doing our thing.
I love it. It's been fun to watch, man. So if you guys are you into disc golf,
you want to throw some plastic sometime, you just hit me up.
I've got to do it.
Come on.
We need to do it. It's time.
We'll take the whole family out.
There's a lot of us.
I have a lot of discs.
Okay.
So let me just tell you that.
Speaking of games,
come on.
We are here to talk about the tension that there sometimes exists between how we think about games in our youth ministry versus discipleship, right? I can say this about Robbie Crawford, is that Robbie is a game legend, right? A game master. So there's nobody better here to talk about games. And one of the things I think we want to say right out of the gate, right at the top, is that
absolutely
you don't have to choose between games and discipleship. In our youth ministry.
Say it louder.
Right?
Say it louder so that people can hear it.
People create this almost as a false choice, right? Well, are we going to do games or are we going to decide? You can do both, and guess what? Both are important. Now let's, right out of the gate, the most important element in youth ministry, discipleship.
Undoubtedly.
Right?
You can have the best games ever, but you still have to have discipleship.
And that's what we're there for. We're there for spiritual formation. We're there to lead students closer to Christ. But it's youth ministry.
Yeah.
It needs to be fun.
We got to keep it light, keep
it
spirited.
That's
and
right.
Games can offer so much value to your services, to your events that can't necessarily come in traditional discipleship sermon elements. And so games can be something that are inviting to people.
There's some reasons why we do games. You and I kind of brainstormed just a few basic reasons here. You want to kick us off with start our list here of reasons why we do games?
Absolutely. I think the first one is it breaks the ice, right?
Yep.
If you're bringing new people into a room, even if it's a room they're familiar with, we're all a little uncomfortable when we arrive in a space because there's this expectation of what's going to happen.
Especially teenagers. They're very image-driven.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not the cool kid. Do I know any friends here? I'm feeling a little awkward.
But if everybody is playing a silly game on the stage, you can't look cool while you're trying to
catch a bowl of something.
Eat baby food or something like that. It's just not possible. And so instantly playing a game, all of the we break that ice of worry and fear, and people are just ready to be in the room.
And then, as I break the table here, it's also I kind of alluded to this, but it's teenagers. If we're going to do age-specific ministry, right? If we're going to do children's ministry and women's ministry and men, let's have fun with teenagers. Yes. It's a time in their life where they're having fun. It's a part of the kind of the fabric of their backdrop. Yeah. So why would we create an environment that was no fun, right? Again. Discipleship is the heart of it. Spiritual formation is the foundation. But man, let's have some fun when we do this.
And you've got 3 teenagers at home. And so if you told them, hey, I need you to come listen to an hour-long sermon, or we're going to play games for a little bit, and then we're going to listen to a sermon, I'm pretty sure they would.
One of those
sounds better. Well, another thing that it does is it creates unity, right? There is a joy in games that we've all experienced before. Do you remember that epic game we played that one time, or when you totally failed in front of everyone? And we were all there for that moment. We were all there when you couldn't remember the name of Taylor Swift. Like we locked that down. That. And so it's a beautiful time.
Are you talking about Terrence?
I'm not trying to call out Terrence or anything like that.
Here off camera.
Guys,
no, it was that he thought Taylor Swift was Canadian.
He thought Taylor Swift was Canadian. That was the thing. But it's fine. It's fine because we love Terrence and we love Tay Tay.
That's right. We're all on the same page.
But see, this joy, this fun that we remember that moment. Because it was a game, and it set the table for the discipleship that was coming.
That's right, and I think there's another element. You said unity, which I think is exactly right. There's another element of that, and that is it's an acceptance level. We've all seen that kid, and I have always in my ministry been drawn to those fringe kids. The kids that are a little bit awkward, kind of don't have I have always
I'm looking at you, awkward kids.
That's right here. I love those kids, and one of the ways those kids get brought into the group is through games. Yeah. It's through competition and participating. I'll never forget. I was at an event that I preached at, and they had a dance contest. And one of the kids that got up there, I'm thinking to myself, oh no, this kid can't dance. He's a little bit awkward, a little bit dorky. He gets up and he throws down. I mean, obviously somebody knew this kid was a ringer.
Yes.
And he had his moment. And for the rest of that weekend, he is a superstar. He's a celebrity.
Absolutely.
So for him, there's an acceptance in that game. So unity, acceptance. And then I love you use an analogy that really kind of speaks back to this idea of we need sermons, right? But you talk about games as what?
I call it seasoning. Yep. Seasoning for your service, for your event. Andy, you're a grill master, right? You get it there and he crushes on the grill.
You're a master at things that are athletic. I'm a master at eating. I don't know if I like this.
We all got to have our lane. And so let's say that Andy was going to grill 2 steaks, right? Yeah. He could grill them the exact same way if we were able to create the 2 exact same pieces of meat. But he puts both of them on a plate, and he's really seasoned one and hasn't seasoned the other. It doesn't matter how high quality the steak is. Yeah. I'm not going to eat an unseasoned steak.
That's right.
And so we all know that. We all desire that flavor. And so what you're doing, when you provide games in your youth ministry, you aren't saying that we're not going to eat. Yeah, we're not saying we're not going to have value. But man, is it going to taste so much better when we add that fun, add that flavor.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you do really well, and we try to do really well in our curriculum, is to try to create games that make a bridge to your discipleship, right? There's a thematic element there that allows you in that sermon to point back to that game, make that connection, tie it all together. I think that when you talk about seasoning, I love that's kind of what it is. It sets the table for the main course.
Yeah, and it's something like everything we've talked about, that unity, that acceptance. When we played that game, when you come to the invitational point of your sermon or something like that, you can refer back to that game and wow, it brings them right back in for your sermon.
So discipleship is foundational. We know that spiritual formation is the heart of what we do. But we don't have to choose between that and games. As long as games have their moment, right? They're not the steak, they're the seasoning, right?
Come on.
Then we need to include that element of fun in our youth ministries. Listen, youth ministry is fun. We love youth ministry.
We love it.
We love youth ministers.
Yes. You're the heroes.
That's right. And our team of people here are here to help you any way we can. If we can help talk you through strategy for games and curriculum, we'd love to do that, or anything else that you guys going on. We're always here. Email, phone call, live chat us. Can't wait to talk to you again, and we'll see you guys around.